Awesome. We should be live, I think. Yes. If you're watching live, please let me know in the comments if you can hear me and see me. That should all be running smoothly as usual. And it's a pleasure talking to you this Monday evening, or wherever you're living in the world. Might be night, might be morning, might be day. If you're watching live, feel free to leave a comment and let me know if you have any comments throughout the stream. Or if you're watching afterwards, you can also leave comments below, letting me know your thoughts on what we're going to discuss today. So, what I want to talk to you about today is how to produce music and more specifically, taking risks and the importance of taking risks while recording. So, let's get right into it. Um, as you know, there are many thoughts, school of thoughts when it comes to recording. Some people like to record completely flat, no processing, no EQ, no compression, nothing. Some people have some processing, and some people commit heavily to a sound. And I'm the one. I'm a person who likes to commit heavily to a sound, and here's why I think you should do too. Um, because if you're making a record, make a record. Don't make something that you will fix in the mix, so to speak. And if you are in a well-equipped studio, or it doesn't have to be well-equipped even, but let's say in a studio there is good outboard gear, not tons, but some. For example, a compressor, EQ, reverb, delay, whatever you have that you can use, that you would most likely use in the mix, use that gear whilst recording and actually shape the sound throughout the recording. That not only saves time when it comes to mixing, but it actually allows you to hear how the final record will be as you go along. So if you like to do parallel compression and stuff like that I love to do, and I have a video about that, which you should find on the channel. But record those or that thing as you go as well. And that's what I do when I record, and you should do the same. And you can do the same even if you have an Apollo interface where you can use that, what's it called? Console, Apollo's console, where you can actually record through plugins. If you have that interface and that capability, use that and use that to record your tracks with, or through, I should say. Don't wait until the mix to start shaping your sound. And um, because if you wait until the mix to shape your sound, you might miss out on inspiration that can happen in the studio. And one of the downsides to miss out on inspiration whilst recording is obviously inspiration for the artist. Let's say you decide not to record with any compression, for example, or distortion. Let's say distortion, because that makes things really exciting, as you know. Let's say you decide to do that afterwards when it comes to mixing. Well, imagine if you did it whilst making the record, and imagine how that could inspire the vocalist to sing different, or for the drummer to play different or harder, or the guitarist. You get the idea. You don't want to lose out on inspiration whilst recording, especially whilst recording, because that's when it's happening. So that's one of the benefits of taking risks while recording. Uh, the effect, it might turn out that you did too much compression or too little, or too much distortion, for example, but learn from my mistakes, and the next time you get into the studio, you'll notice. And yeah, so don't be afraid to commit to a sound. Again, inspiration. If it goes wrong, learn from your mistake and do it differently next time. Uh, what else? You might also, if you don't commit to a sound, you might also start to over record stuff. You might just say, oh, I need 10 guitars on this song, three on the left side, three on the right side. Oh, this is right, this is left. But you might do more stuff on a song than it actually needs, because you're not hearing the final result. You're not hearing how cool it will sound when it comes to mixing and stuff. And again, you just start wasting time in the studio and stuff like that. So that's another benefit of taking risks while recording, saving time and stuff like that. Uh, and it's not only down to the recording itself. It can also be the performance. So if the drummer, or let's say the whole band, decides to track without a click, that's also taking a risk because the band might fluctuate. It might be like, wow, you guys really sped up on bar 55. That can happen. But it might also feel awesome. For example, let me just take a sip of water. Um, it might feel awesome that it did speed up. Um, a vocalist might sing slightly out of tune, or maybe a guitar string was a bit out of tune as well, for example. But maybe the whole performance felt awesome. So don't delete that because it wasn't perfect. Use it and take the risk because it might feel really cool. So that's a really important thing as well by taking risks when you make records with bands and artists. Um, don't be afraid of it. You might stumble upon something really, really cool that can really that can be a good inspiration for the performer and you as well, the engineer and producer. Um, Also, if you agree or if you don't agree with what I'm saying, actually let me know how you like to record. Do you like to record completely flat? Do you take risks while recording? Do you commit to a sound as you go along? Let me know in the comments. Um, and also, even if you don't have a lot of gear, you might say, "Oh, I don't have a lot of gear to take risks with." As long as you have a few microphones and you notice, oh, it doesn't sound really good in this position for the drums or the vocals, change the mic, change the position. Take the risk. Don't say, "Oh, I'll do this in the mix later." That's not how you want to make records. You want to make kick-ass records from the start, because that's where you get the best results, actually. At least in my experience and many others. And I know when I interviewed Andrew Sheps, he was talking about character versus clarity. He said it's much harder to create character. It's easier to clear up a busy mix, but it's hard to actually add character. So that should be your focus when making kick-ass records. Commit to a sound and have fun. Um, I hope that can serve as some inspiration for your next record. And before you leave, there's a free guide in the description below. It's called 3 Tested Ways to Increase Your Client Base. And I made this guide for home studio owners and freelancers. So if you want to get more clients, you want to work with more bands, in this guide you can learn my tested email script of how to contact bands online, and how to get clients in real life or offline, so to speak, and also how to get clients coming back for more. It's a free guide. Just enter your email address and I'll send it to you right away. But it was a pleasure talking to you this Monday evening. On Wednesday, there's a great interview coming out with the guys from Sweetwater Studios. It's the first ever roundtable interview on your audio solutions. So I think you're going to love that one. But that's it for today. I'll see you guys later this week. Take care.